What's good with it, y'all? It's your boy Santo G. Back at it. You already know. Spreading unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, if you're new here, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Tap that notification bell. It don't cost you nothing, and it will help out this channel. So today, I wanted to continue with the prison stories. And I wanted to tell you guys, man, the top 3 times that I almost caught more time, and by the glory of either the CO being cool or somebody else saying, hey, you know what, it's on me. So y'all grab a drink, grab a brew, roll up a little blunt or something, man. We gonna get into it. So the first one, I'm gonna tell you guys, when I was in Sat F, and out of nowhere, they just come and they raid the whole building. I'm talking about, it's like 5 in the morning. Everybody's laid out, sleeping. Out. You know what I mean? And I'm not even gonna lie, man, it was flooded at that time. So a lot of people were either coming down or up all night. So it was one of them times for me where I was already just crashing out. I was already exhausted, you know what I mean? Done went on a couple of days, maybe even a week of partying, you know what I'm saying? So I'm already laid out, and I'm on the top bunk. The homie stranger was on the bunk under me. It was a homie from Southside Fontana. Shout out the homie stranger, man. He's actually the one that did this taca. I don't know if he was from Southside Fontana or Southside Santa Ana. He did this, and then he did the Jesus right here. So I'm on top, he's in the bottom. We're laid out. Boom, they come, they run in. And squad, they were focused on the bunk next to us. There was a brother next to us that was doing his thing, so they were focused on him. So when they came in, they ran straight up there to our little cubicle. You know what I mean? This was in B yard in Sat F. In Sat F, it's open dorms. It's cubicles, but they just have like a little wall probably up to your hip that separates each other cubicle. It's a big wall in the middle, and then in the front, it's just a little wall probably to your waist height. So they run up, boom, they get us. And I ended up, I had a point at the time, you know what I mean? For those of y'all who don't know, it's a syringe. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm gonna be straightforward. I had a syringe, you know what I mean? I used to shoot up, you know? So, boom, they run up, and in my locker, I had like a little pouch. It was I had some glasses, some Oakleys that I had bought off the yard. One of the COs had hooked up one of the homies with some Oakleys. So it came with a little case. I don't know if it was like a zipper case. Yeah, it was the zipper case. So it came with a little case. So inside that case, instead of the glasses, I had the point and a couple of other stuff. So boom, he gets it. We're downstairs. Keep in mind, whenever they hit, boom, they go run up, they grab you, they take you all the way to the bottom. So we're downstairs, and I'm downstairs sitting down at the table, and I could see them, you know. I'm like, fuck, I know I left it there. The homie stranger ended up leaving a fierro in there as well. He ended up leaving it in his mat. So we're both right there shitting it, like, fuck, like, damn, you know. So they were kind of more concerned about the Moreno that was next to us, about the brother that was next to us. So they didn't end up finding the strap. They didn't end up finding it. I don't even think they wanted our mats. They were just looking, but because I had mine right there, right where you open it, real quick, he opened it. So he comes, he calls me. He's like, hey, I found this right there. I looked at him dead in his eyes. I'm like, huh? He's like, I found this right there. I'm like, man, you planted that shit. He's like, what? Like, he like felt baffled, like, huh? I'm like, man, you planted that shit. That's not mine. I ain't never seen that a day in my life. He's like, what? You know, at that time, he's like, let me see your arms. See my arms? I show him the one that I didn't use, you know? So he's like, the fuck? So then he's like, hey, look. He's like, so if you piss right now, you'll piss clean. Like, if I give you a bottle, you're gonna piss clean right now? I like, come on now, like you're setting me up, you know? I like, nah, like I blazed like, you know, not so long ago. So he's like, all right, give me a bottle then, piss for me. So I'm like, oh. He's like, if you piss for me, I'm gonna throw this syringe away. I'm gonna throw it in the hot trash. It's either I get you for this syringe, which is like a DA referral, you know, which is possibly like 2 years, or I piss from, you know, in the bottle. So I'm like, damn, shoot the bottle, you know. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, hey, you know what? At that time, this was right before I went to Centinela. I was in a level 2, and I got in so much stuff on that level 2 in Sat F, on B yard, getting written up. Then I got moved on B yard, went to F yard, and then on F yard, I ended up going on a holiday, my first day at yard. If you guys haven't heard them stories, check them out. Well, F yard ended up getting flipped. So they ended up sending all of us to B yard. So in the process of me waiting to go back to Centinela, because my points had risen, they sent me back to B yard. Technically, they weren't even supposed to send me back to B yard, but I ended up getting into it with the COs on F yard, because in the process of them flipping it, it got so deep that the PCs, the SNYs, were doing our food. So we were like, what? Oh, hell nah. Once we found out that they didn't have no GP people in the kitchen and they were the ones feeding us, that same day, that same night, they sent me to B yard because I was tripping. So I'm on B yard. All this is happening. I'm already waiting to go to Centinela, you know what I mean? And at this time, I had probably like a little over a year left. I was already down 8 years, you know what I mean? I was down 8 years. I had about a year left. So I had already caught a little bit more time, you know what I'm saying? So I had about a year left. I was supposed to do 8.5, but I ended up catching a little bit more time. So I told the Huda, I'm like, man, I'm already pushing on C status. Like, you setting me up for failure, bro. He's like, nah, piss for me, bro. Piss for me and I got you. I'm like, you sure, man? I'm like, hey, all a man got here is his word. I'm a piss for you and you're giving me your word that you're gonna throw that away. I pissed for him, hey, and he gave me his word. He threw that away. And as a matter of fact, that piss test, it never came back. Like, they never came back and told me that I was dirty or that I wasn't. And I know I was dirty for a fact, you know what I mean? I had shot up like the day before, like 2 days before. So that one was a crazy one, that if that Huda was not cool, if he was not a cool Huda, I would have got a new case for a rig, you know what I'm saying? For a straight needle, that's a new case. It carries anywhere from 2 to 4 years, you know? And another one, I was sealed up with the homie Stoney from 18, and he's actually the one that did the 1-3 on my stomach. He's actually the one that did the 1-3 on my stomach. He went over the ING, he did the 1-3 on my stomach. What else he do? He did my mom's name right here. So I'm sealed up with him and we're in Oklahoma. Me and him, we were sealed up, I want to say, for like about a year. That was actually my celly after I was with the homie from Colton. Somebody asked in the comments that they were from Colton and that they wanted to hear about my dirtbag bunkie from Colton. And it's crazy because I'm going to just throw the homie's name out there, man. It was the homie Stoney también from Northside Colton. I don't know if it's Little Stoney or just Stoney, but it was Stoney from Northside Colton, the celly that I had before the homie Stoney from 18. So, boom, it's him. Me and him were not even getting along. He was weird, bro. He was weird. He was one of them bunkies that he had a TV and I didn't have a TV. And he would just have the TV to him with headphones, not even asking me if I want to chill with him, nothing. Like, he was just, I don't know, bro. Me personally, I'm not like that. I wasn't built like that. So we ended up clashing. he ended up moving in with the homie Oscar from, I think from Verdugo. He moved in with the homie Oscar, and then the homie Oscar, after they moved in, he even ended up telling me like, hey, that fool's weird. Like, he switched up on me too. Like, we were cool. Soon as we moved in together, he got quiet. He wouldn't talk some days, and some people are just like that, I guess, you know? Me personally, if I live with you, man, we gonna chop it up. We gonna have a good day every day, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna change up. I'm gonna be the same way every day. So, I had just moved out from the homie Stoli from Northside Colton, and I go with the homie Stoney from Westside 18. And with him, man, he was a fool. He was learning how to tattoo and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna lie, man, I let him do the 1-3, and then he also did like some dragon right here, but it's covered up. The dragon I have under here, he's actually the one that did it too. He tried, you know. There's a dragon right there. He's actually the one that did it. Then the homie had to cover it up because he was barely learning. But I was with the homie Stoney, right? And with him, it was cool, man. That was one of the best cellies I ever had. So one day we're just chilling in the cell, and that fool, he was a little slow at times. So we're chilling in the cell, and they run up. They just do a random cell search. It wasn't even running up. I'm lying. So every day out of state, every shift that a CO comes in, they have to hit 3 cells. No ifs, ands, or buts. They have to hit 3 cells. There was some COs that they'll just fill out the slip, like if they hit your cell, and they'll slide you the slip, like, hey, here. Anyone ask, I hit your cell. Anyone ask, I hit your cell. Then there were some Huras that were either training other Huras or something, and they had to really hit cells. So one of them times, they run up in the cell. They come in the cell. They open it, they're like, hey, step out. We step out, all right, walking out. As soon as we walk out and I sit down, the homie Stoney's about to sit down, he's like, oh. The Hura was already walking out, bro. He left the straight metal piece right on top of the TV, right there. Así nomás. The Hura didn't even have to look for it, bro. As soon as he walked in, I'm pretty sure that's the first thing they check, is like where you plug in and all that, you know what I mean, your TVs. It was right there, bro. Boom. As soon as he seen it, he came out with it. That fool Stoney, that's why, man, I give it to the homie. Shout out the homie Stoney from 18, man, wherever you at. He was from the Rancho Park, somewhere right there in the west side. Shout out the homie Stoney, man, because as soon as he seen it, that fool was like, hey, it's me. That's me right there. Boom, handcuffed. They took him straight to the back. You know what I'm saying? And good thing that the Hura was cool. Because technically it's in the cell. So if he wanted to get both of us, they could have got both of us under investigation. It would have only stick on him, but they could have got me too. Like, a lot of times, like, say if they know you're doing stuff and you're in place somewhere or something and they don't like you, they would have used that as an excuse to get rid of both of us. You know what I'm saying? But good thing, like I said, that Hura was cool. And shout out to homie Stoney because he copped to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, hey, that's me right there. Boom. You know? And another time, I want to say that was like a crazy one, was when I got caught making pruno. Anyone knows, if you make pruno or anything like that, that's a mandatory 4 months. Mandatory 4 months that you're not going to get back. You can never get back. So there was one time where I was making pisto. They hit. The Hura ended up finding it. And he told me like this, man. He's like, look, you can either get it and go dump it out yourself. I'ma pop the front, go dump it out in the drain in the front, or I'ma write you up for it, man. And shout out Willis, you know what I mean? Shout out Willis in Oklahoma, out of Sayre, Oklahoma. When I was at the North Fork Correctional Facility, man, shout out Willis. He did that for your boy, man. I just said, what? went, dumped it. I didn't end up getting 4 months. And those are the 3 times that I came a close call to catching more time, but the people were cool about it, and they actually gave me like a just look the other way, man. That's why till this day I still have a lot of respect for certain COs and just the way the game is in general. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that at the end of the day, we all do what we have to do. Business is business, ain't nothing personal. As long as you treat everyone correctly, great. It's your boy Santo G. I got more real, raw, and uncut stories. Shout out Killer Kush. Check out my good people at Killer Kush on Instagram at Killer Kush __420. Shout out Hadar Extracts. Check them out on Instagram as well. Hadar Extracts #1. Shout out Cali Herbs Los Angeles. Check them out on IG at Cali Herbs Official. Shout out Frenchy Road Kennels. If you guys need any type of pups, dogs, Frenchies, miniature pinchers, get at my good people at Frenchy Road Kennels. That's Frenchy _row Kennels. Shots up to date, paperwork in hand and everything. Top of the line Frenchies. Quality you won't get nowhere else. And if you guys want some bombs out delivered to you from me personally, get at me on Instagram and I'll pull up on you myself, man. Unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, Santo G Production. Let's get it.